In the first video you guys watched about acid rain, the narrator was walking around Washington, D.C. and looking at the damage that acid rain has done to monuments in our nation's capital. But there's even examples of acid rain closer to home. So if you go like 40 minutes west of the high school, maybe 45 minutes, you can get to the Gettysburg National Military Park, where one of the most important battles of the Civil War was fought. And because Gettysburg was such an important event in American history, there are tons of monuments around the battlefield, and these have been affected by acid rain. So we're going to look at two types of monuments. The first ones are going to be monuments that are made of limestone and marble. Limestone and marble are white or beige or very light gray colored rocks that are used in lots of monuments and memorials. Like all the monuments and memorials in DC are made of marble. A lot of the ones at Gettysburg are made of limestone. And so limestone and marble are made of the same chemical substance, calcium carbonate, and they are affected by acid rain. So if we look at this monument in the top left corner, it's normally this light gray color that you can see on like the main part of the monument, but at like this crown piece, you can see a lot of this dark coloration. And so that's from acid rain reacting with the limestone. If it reacts long enough, you can actually start to get pieces of limestone coming out, like in this second photo. And like the host of the first video talked about those in DC some. So if that happens enough, then the monument can just start to crumble. And then when we have text etched into the monument, which is the case all around the Gettysburg battlefield, we can get the same effect happening on text where we get these dark areas from the rain washing down. And then eventually the stone can wear away so much that you like can't even see what's written on it anymore. In addition to damaging limestone and marble monuments, acid rain can also damage bronze and brass monuments. So bronze and brass are two types of metal that are really mixtures of a couple different elements. So they both contain copper, and then copper can react with acid rain and kind of get worn away as well. So some examples in this image at the left. So this is the image of a fight at a barn in the Battle of Gettysburg. And so you can't see too much damage on like the left side of the barn. Like you can see a lot of like rocks, but then on the barn, like there's like boards that are kind of faded. And then like in the sky, there's some explosions that are kind of worn away, and the clouds are really like fuzzy and hard to see. And then you can even see it like in the battle, like some of like the men's faces and stuff. Like here, like a man like completely merges with the barn. And so they definitely make the images less clear and wear away a lot of the details. That's the acid rain. And then as the copper like melts away, or I guess kind of dissolves in the acidic rainwater, then we can see that in the image on the right, that bronze and brass plaques kind of wear away. And as water drips down on them, it washes the metal down the stone around them. And there's actually a green color that the metal turns or that leaches out of the metal. And so it not only damages the metal, it also damages the stone around it. So to summarize, whether statues at Gettysburg are made of metal like bronze and brass, or stone like limestone and marble, the monuments can be affected by acid rain. And so the metals get washed away and kind of like worn down so that you can't see the details in the sculptures anymore. And then the same is true of the stone. And so it gets washed away, it gets discolored, you can see streaks, and then eventually it can break off because of the acid rain. So fortunately, the people who work at the Gettysburg Military Park put a lot of time and money into trying to preserve their statues. And they've been doing this for decades. And so they're in pretty good shape at Gettysburg compared to a lot of other places. But this costs hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to preserve all of these statues. And if they stop, then they could start washing away again because of this acid rain.